like. I know what the boys like. I know what the boys like. I know what the girls like. I know what the boys like. Let's see if this fucker will work. And good evening. Welcome to Raconteurs News this evening. It is the looking at that, it's the 20th. I thought, fucking hell. It's the 6th of April. The month of joy. My birthday's in April, and my wife's birthday's in April, and a lot of people's birthdays in April around where I live. And I think that April's quite a month for people that that are a bit there and they know what's going on. April's the month you need to be born. Good evening to the people in the chat room who are already there. Good evening, Matt Caddy, as well. I've seen Donna as well. She's in the chat room. Good evening to you. Colby Hicks, evening all. I hope everyone in chat is wearing their face masks. I expect social commenting, 1 minute breaks between comments. Thanks for that, Colby Hicks. I'll put that up. I didn't read it out very well. There you go. Spanish Chicken Evening Shaggers. Denny Carr, yo, folks. Yeah, Denny's in there. Everyone's in there. Kev James. Hurry up, Harry. We're going down the pub. Are we going down the pub, really? Are we going down the pub? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Listen, all I've been doing is fucking sitting there in absolute fucking agony. Now my back's started. So I've got my arms that are fucked and my hands that are fucking really painful. And now my back's got going fucking tits up. So I've got an hot water bottle here that's around the back of my back in my push chair. Hoping that's going to make it feel a little bit better. So how are you? How have you been doing? I hope you've been great. I hope you've been having a good bank holiday weekend, a big 4-day weekend. I mean, the fuck knows why, because nobody's fucking doing it anyway, are they? Kerry Duff says hi to you, Kerry. And Sean Hamer as well. What I'm going to do tonight is I've got waiting in the wings. I've got Webby from the Webster report. He's waiting in the wings, and also tonight I'm going to be Superleads is going to be jumping on with us as well. No, I didn't say it was my birthday, Resitu, but that's on the 28th of this month. So, but I was just saying that a lot of birthdays this month. My wife's on the 17th of this month. Mine's on the 28th. So, yeah, it's this month. But it's not my birthday at the moment. So, so sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. Anyway, Superleads is going to be coming on as well. As soon as he lets me know he's in the chat, I'm going to pop the link in the chat for him. And hopefully we'll get him on, and we'll get him on with Webby as well. The old Webotto, as we always call him. Oh, and Donna, it was Donna's birthday yesterday, so that would have been the 5th of April. Happy birthday to you, many happy returns, as they say, for your day of birth. I mean, some people don't like calling it a birthday, do they? They call it like your Earth Day or your I don't know, coming through the passage day. I don't know. But a lot of people, you know, they don't like calling it birthdays. But happy birthday to you, Donna, for yesterday. And anybody else who's got a birthday in April, because you're in a good class. I mean, April 28th is my birthday, which is the same as Saddam Hussein. So I'm in some good company there. And also, what's his face? That tennis player, you know, that tennis player who had all that hair and it ended up being a wig. Fucking Andre Agassi. His birthday's, in fact, he's actually a day younger than me. So we have birthdays. He's on 29th and I'm on 28th. So he's but I've always followed his career and watched him. Simply, you do that, don't you? Though, you know, people that have got your birthday or a similar time birthday, you do follow them. You think you've got some sort of kinship with them. Superleads has sent me a text message. Let's see what this says. I am in, he says. All right, okay. Well, I'll send you. I'll pop link in the chat. This is for Superleads. There you go. If you want for Superleads to get in chat. Listen, like I said, since I've had this fucking turn, and it's gone worse. I don't know. I mean, this morning when I got up, there was no way I was doing a show tonight. I felt like dog poo. I couldn't move. My back's knackered. Down at the bottom, my hands are fucked. It's you know, this is like that. Remember that show that were on telly where they embarrassing boys? That's me. Kerry Duff says she shares her birthday with two of her least favourite people, Maggie Thatcher and Sting. Yeah, they're wankers, aren't they? Maggie Thatcher is a cunt and Sting's just like a wanker. And Donna Caddy says, thanks for all the birthday wishes. And don't you find that if you're on Facebook, don't you find that that's the most boring status anybody ever puts up? And I'm not going to go at you, Donna. I don't know whether you did it or what. I've not seen, but when people put thank you for all my birthday wishes, you know, day after, thank you for all my birthday wishes. Oh, I had a lovely time. Oh, fucking fuck, you couldn't go to the pub or fuck all. You couldn't go to the pub. You know, as somebody who before all this happened, all this fucking dog shit about being locked up in your own house and everything, as somebody that particularly were, and you know, I spent for the last 2 years really, I spent my time on the settee watching fucking shitty daytime TV, and then having you know, adverts come on where I've got to fucking donate to some kid whose eyes are, this African kid whose eyes are fucked and everything, and but you just don't know what all these fucking charities, where this money's going. You just don't know. If I could go and give some money and somebody said, right, this money I can help this kid and I can sort this kid out, then it'd be great. That'd be fantastic. You feel like you were doing something. But just giving money to charity and expecting other people to do something, it's like offsetting your responsibility as a human being. A human being. Donna says she's deleted Facebook. Best thing ever. Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I've got to agree with you. The Facebook's just utter dog shit. I just use it for this, particularly this show. It goes out on Facebook, so I don't want to say too bad about them. Is it true that Mr. Handicock is up at court tomorrow? I don't know whether it's true or not. I would put money on it not being true, but yeah, it could be happening. But I don't know. What's the weather been like round you all? I mean, we had some good weather all weekend, and then today's been like 4 seasons in one day. You know, it was sunny. At one point, it was sunny on the back, but it was dull on the front, but it was snowing on the back. So what happens? 4 seasons in one day. 4 seasons in one day. Running the imagination. It was, well, okay. It was bright sunshine with snow flurries at one point. That's Kerry Duff. Snowing here today, Baltic, Resi Tuber. Yeah, it has been cold. It has been cold, but the time I got up this morning, there were a light dusting, and my missus said, well, there weren't one at about 5:30 this morning when dog woke her up to because he wanted to go out for a piss. So she said there were none then, so it came between 5 and 9 o'clock. But there was a slight dusting, then it disappeared, then there was another dusting. It's just crazy, man. Just crazy weather. Crazy, but we've always had that. We've always had crazy weather. They'll try and put it on climate change like they do everything else. Fucking climate change, my arse. My heroes, lol. Spanish Chicken says, I don't know what you're talking about there, Spanish Chicken. Colby Hicks said Facebook banned me for 30 days for calling someone fat. Were they fat? I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm not really into making people feel bad by, what they, because I've got my own limitations, and I've not even stood up for like fucking nearly 2 years. Colby Hicks says they are caring for the butter. Don't know what that means. Oh, sorry, that was New Being. Yes, Leeds is a fat bastard, according to Dinny. It's England. Bodmin Moor has 4 seasons every day. Lol. Yeah, I would imagine it does. Yeah, Bob, down there on Bodmin Moor in Devon, isn't it? In Bodmin. Yeah, I bet you have 4 seasons in one every fucking day. Yeah. I can believe that completely. Like I said, we're due to be joined. I'm not really up on news. I don't know what's been going on. Apparently, Boris, the fucking fat cunt, made some sort of speech yesterday that were about 40 minutes longer than it should have been. A 45-minute speech, and it was 40 minutes longer than it should have been. So Matt's asking where is Superleads. We're asking where he is. Where are you? Let's text him and say, where are you? Where are you? Did 4 seasons in one day. Flying in the depths of your imagination. You just put Windows on the world on accidentally. Did I? No, I didn't realise. Superleads, where are you? He says he's here. I've given him a link. So, what do I think about Windows? Me and Mark Windows don't get on. I just don't. I feel he's. Well, let's just say when we first started this, we were incorporated with a group called. Oh God, what were it called? Dinny, remind me what it was called, Dinny. When we started, at the beginning with that, what's his face, Tony, and oh God Almighty, what were it called? Autonomous Media, right? So okay, me and Andy started this. Right, and we started it. Then we were persuaded. I wasn't persuaded. Andy was persuaded, and since he had his hands on all the buttons, and he decided what happened. Thank you, Nuki Brown. He had all his fingers on the buttons, and so we ended up being part of Autonomous Media. Now, it weren't anywhere within Dinny. That were what Andy did with his mate, that Geordie kid, that If it weren't a Geordie, were he? I think it was from Teesside rather than Tyneside. But Mark Windows, I took real. When we were with Autonomous Media, I organised an interview with Tony Farrell, and Tony Farrell, Mark Windows didn't like it, and so he was trying to get me to not have the interview with Tony Farrell, and made all these interesting things. How's your used to be co-presenter? Can't remember his name. And Andy or AD? Are you talking about AD? He's okay. Did I speak to him after I'd spoke to Superleads on Saturday? I think I texted him. Speaking of which, we can add him to the stream. Good evening, Superleads. How are you doing, my friend?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
I'm okay. You're looking well. Nice.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
No, you're looking.
It's taken me like half an hour to try and sort this out. I don't know why. So I ain't got my password for my YouTube. I ain't got my password for StreamYard, and it's what a fucking mess.
Oh dear me. Well, Webby's with us anyway. He's going to join us. He's just sorting himself out. I think he only got in from work at about 6 o'clock, so he's got his bollocks to wash and shave and everything before he comes on the show. And
his shit computer.
No, he's got a new one. He's a bit like you. He's got a new one. He's trying a new one out. So
has he? Has he got a new one? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I thought Superleads was Brian Harvey until he spoke. Lol. I like Mark Windows until his latest cast, now promoting community hubs, very dodgy. Yeah, look, that's what I got from Mark Windows, and I did the interview with Tony Farrell, despite them saying, you'll get kicked off Autonomous Media, which weren't ever going to happen because we were Autonomous Media's only fucking show, really. We were the only show that ever got any listeners, so I knew they weren't going to kick us off. But Mark Windows and what's his face, Tony Hurst, weren't very happy about it at all because they didn't like him. Tony Farrell, good guy. Go back and look at that. Very interesting interview.
That Tony Hurst voice used to really kind of grind with me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was sort of monotone and low.
It was just voice was just it was just annoying. Yeah.
Newbean says you look great, Raconteurs, News and Superleads. Well, I've had a shave today. I didn't do it for you lot. I did it because my hands are so sensitive that when I put my hand on my face and smoke a fag or a joint, it hurts. The bristles hurt my hand, so that's why I've shaved. So,
they're that sensitive then, are they?
Fucking mate, honestly, they're so sensitive. I can't do anything. It's like, if you burnt your hands, like you scalded them or something. Yeah, you poured boiling water over them or something, or got them. You know what I mean? That's what they're like all the time, and it's fucking doing my nutting. Dinny says he was talking to me a few days ago. He was a sound lad. Oh, it did. Nice one, didn't it? Go on, mate. What you was going to say?
Have you seen anyone about it?
Yeah, I've got a doctor. I've got an appointment with a hand doctor. Although I don't know what he's going to be able to do because it's all up my arms, and and my back's gone as well now. My back's like poof. Yesterday, I would transfer it into my chair from settee, and it just went.
Today?
Yesterday.
Fucking hell, we're a right pair, aren't we?
Fucking backs. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're right, Perils, yeah.
Webby's AIDS not well. You're not well. I'm not well. Webby's next.
Oh, well, listen, Webby's the only one out of us that's got any health.
I know. I've been in bed all day.
Oh, well, at least I haven't done that. I have got up. I had to, really. I had to. Oh, Trisha Morticia. Good evening to you, Trisha Morticia. I like the stuff that you post, that you send to us. Paul Williams, you have all got COVID. Oh, excellent.
We've all got COVID. Poor cough.
Okay, here he goes. He's ready to come on, apparently.
Oh, Mr. Webster.
Yeah, he's muted. Oh, there we go. Are you there, Mr. Webster?
Yes, can you hear me? Is there any feedback coming?
No feedback at all, mate. We can hear you.
That's brilliant. I think I'll get this camera working in a minute. It's flashed on and off. I'm hopeful.
He has got a new computer, hasn't he? You can tell, can't you?
I have. I've got. This is a new one.
Yeah.
Just trying this out for tonight. I've got the laptop wiped and rebooted, so hopefully I can get back to doing.
The sound's a lot better as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. There's a fella who it's a local herbal shop to me called Nature Stores in Leeds. And I was just in there buying some stuff, and he went, I was talking about the podcast, and all of a sudden he just went, "Oh, serendipity." I went, "What?" He went, "Do you believe in serendipity?" I went, "Depends what you're going to be talking about." And he just leans under the counter and he brings out this brand new desktop mic with filter and everything unopened in the box. And he went, "It must be for you, this, because I can't get rid of it. So have it." So there's definite things. Things are moving here, lads. I know we keep coming on.
He gave you it, Webby.
He gave it me, yeah.
Bloody hell.
He said, "Listen, it's no use to me, this." And it still had the seals on the side of the box. He goes, "There you go." So brand new mic, new computers. Let's see if we can get anybody to listen.
You can certainly tell difference, Webby.
Beautiful. I'm glad with that. Hopefully I can get this camera going in a minute.
Well, I'm struggling.
We'd love to look across your beautiful face.
Did Jess tell you what happened to my old laptop?
Well, not in so many words other than it's fucked. I think that's basically what Jason told me.
I started making a bolognese and I was chopping onions and a knife slipped and I knocked my glass of wine all over my laptop and it started fizzling.
Oops.
Yeah. Costly mistake.
So, Webby, what the fuck's going on?
Fucking hell, man. Where do we start from the last show? Because everything has changed again. I mean, we're talking about, if you want to talk about these vaccines, all of a sudden, these vaccines, yes, there are side effects, and yes, there have been a few blood clots, but the benefits far outweigh. I'm just posting articles now that the children's vaccines are now showing signs of blood clots. So where do we draw a line and say, I think you should stop signing up for these vaccine trials? Because if you look at the vaccine information that people are signing up for, which they are signing up for, they are vaccine trials that are due to end in 2023. Well, go and check your life insurance policies, because if you sign up for medical trials and don't inform your policyholders, your life insurance is going to be void. And I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that that's why it's designed this way, that people are just going signing up for these vaccines that nobody can be prosecuted over. And it's right in front of you now that you're on a vaccine trial. So people are signing the 5 to 17-year-old children up for trials. And they are consenting to that. So what's your recourse? There isn't one.
No. And they've got that in place, haven't they? I mean, that's been in place for quite a while. Vaccine makers having no.
Prosecute them. You can't prosecute them.
Yeah,
No.
Exactly. They've got immunity.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen? Boris said this week that everyone's going to be tested twice a week, and you can imagine the people that come around and test that they're going to have vaccines on them, aren't they? So they're going to say, you've tested. We'll test you this week, and if you have a vaccine, then we'll not have to test you again.
Well, let's be fair. What is the point to having this vaccine when all the variants now that there are, you're going to have a vaccine every year? That's what they're saying. You're going to have a vaccine every year. They've already put, God bless her, there was a girl with Down syndrome who was coming out and making a statement about the policies that are being passed for people with learning difficulties, people with disabilities. Do not resuscitate. When the Germans did this, we frowned upon it, but now it's okay. It's okay that learning disabilities and disabled, they don't have a life. Hang on a minute, we've heard all this rhetoric before, and it wasn't okay then. But why is it okay now? It's because the mass majority of the people are just conformists who are gonna. It doesn't affect me. I haven't got a disabled person. I've not got difficulties.
Aren't they like opening pubs and stuff again next week?
Allegedly.
I think they'll give us 3 months off over summer, and then it'll be back to it. It'll be back to lockdown.
Yeah, of course it will. Yeah, we will. We know they're definitely going to do that.
He said it's going to be a third wave, didn't he? So they tell you before it happens, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, there'll be a third wave, and next year, flu season.
Yeah,
it's going to just be the same. I mean, all the people that have got flu are going to be diagnosed with having COVID-19. So it's not. It's. I don't think it's ever going to change. I mean, can you see an end to this, Webby?
No, because it's too useful. It's too useful for them. I keep going back to last March. After they privatised the NHS on the 15th of March, when they forgave all the debts, Boris Johnson gave 2 options. If you can work from home, work from home. If you can't, go to work. And everybody banged themselves up. Nobody went to work, even though they could have. They all locked themselves up because they were scared of this death that's going to take over the whole world. It's not happened. We have a 99 let's be conservative, 99.8% recovery rate in every country. Every country has a 99.8% recovery rate. So, like every other year with flu, the vulnerable should have isolated and everybody else get on with it. And the problem that you've got now, you've got somebody like Geert Vanden Bosch, who's a vaccinologist who's worked for Pfizer and Bill and Melinda Gates, who says, do you know what, this COVID injection, it's a brilliant piece of kit. It's going to create really strong antibodies. The problem we've got is we're giving an antibody injection to people who haven't had an infection. And if you've got antibodies without an infection, you've got useless antibodies. So what he's basically saying is when the infection comes in, the antibodies won't recognize it because they've been created beforehand, and they're basically going to get in the way of your own immune system and allow it to go straight through to your organs, which in turn has a chance to create a superbug and only the ones who've had the COVID injection will pass that superbug on. So would we get a proper pandemic then with a superbug? Well, we'll just be rushing around creating more variants of a vaccine that we'd never isolated in the first place. And until people can isolate their brains and start using common sense, no is the answer to your question, Jace. No, it won't change. Nothing will change because they've got to solve it.
Webby, my mum had a first vaccine on the Monday, and we had to send her to hospital on the Thursday because she was having a mini stroke. My girlfriend, who works in a care home, who's virtually been forced. She's never had a vaccine before. She's virtually been forced to take it. And she said her arm were aching. She couldn't sleep. So, I don't know.
So your mum had an adverse reaction to the vaccine. Is that what you're saying? That's what you think.
You got to think that it's got to be connected, haven't you?
Well, if it's got fucking wings and quacks, chances are it's a duck.
It's a duck.
So there you go. So your mum's had a bit of a reaction, and the mini strokes. No, I mean I've had a couple of. I mean no, I don't mean it's no. I mean it's a mini stroke is something that's really difficult to get over. It's really it's not good. I mean we're talking about blood clots. It's a good job I answered. Can you imagine me? I'm prone to blood clots. If I had this vaccine, the chances are I could have another blood clot. And if I had a blood clot in my heart and I had an heart attack and went to hospital, chances are they then do not resuscitate because I've only got one leg.
You big spastic.
TIA, that's what she had, isn't it?
Is it? Have you really put me down on your Deadpool?
No, I'm a folk, you fucking bell. Well, in fact, you know what? I was looking through fucking Deadpool to see if anybody had fucking picked Ian Crane, but they'd not.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
No, laugh all you want. It's Deadpool, man. We're not laughing at Ian Crane. We're just laughing at Deadpool.
I was convinced I was going to win when Prince Philip went in fucking hospital.
Well, listen, I'll tell you, people. I'll tell you names.
Go on.
We've got.
I hope you haven't got me, you fucker.
Huh?
I hope you haven't got me.
I haven't got you. I've got Kevin Keegan.
Is this the one where I've still got Johnny Depp?
Yep.
Johnny Depp's a good bet, isn't he? Really?
I thought so.
So I'll tell you who we've got. We've got Kevin Keegan, Barack. That's mine. So why
have you picked Kevin Keegan?
Because of his hair.
But it's not that old, is he?
Owen's got Barack Obama.
He's not going to die soon.
Shield Destroyer's got Donald Trump.
He's not going to die soon.
Can I just read these out without you saying he's not going to die soon, straight after I've said everybody?
Sorry.
Eve's got Gary Glitter. Max Organ has got Michael Barrymore. Superleads, you've got Paul McCartney as well. Paul McCartney.
No, I changed it to Prince Philip.
No, that's crossed out. And Ozzy Osbourne's crossed out. And Paul McCartney's there. So you've got Paul McCartney. Webby's got Johnny Depp.
Can I change it back to Prince Philip then?
No. You've had enough, cuz.
Fucking hell.
Webby's got Johnny Depp. Uni's got Prince Charles. Mahatma Levelance has got Robert De Niro. Rumple Foreskin's got John Cleese. Weefy's got Russell Brand. Stephen Moore's got Billy Connolly.
Russell Brand's not going to die.
Huh?
Russell Brand's not going to die, is he?
Well, hopefully.
Well,
Michael
I
Allen
hope so,
has
but
got Rolf. Don Telling Piker's got David Icke. Dave Irons got Pope, the Pope. Kev James has got Tony Blair. Andrew's got Jim Carrey. Trisha's got Eamon Holmes. James Howard's got Rowan Atkinson. And Mark Devlin's got Ringo Starr. There you go. None of them are dead yet, so it's still open. I thought somebody might have had. What's his face? Ian
Peter
Crane.
Lorimer.
Peter. Well, I was thinking more Ian Crane. People might have Ian Crane, but
Right.
obviously nobody did. Because probably didn't want to just
What did he die of? Do we know?
I think he got cancer. I think that's what he said at the beginning anyway.
I've not seen out of him for a while, so I didn't know.
No. Hi, Chris. Were you on Sharon Gale's stream a few weeks back? Chris? Oh, Chris O'Rourke. No, we weren't him. Yeah, so we've got this situation that we really don't know what the fuck. It's unprecedented. That Webby can't get his fucking camera to work.
Hang on, it's near enough. Hang on, I think I've got it here.
Go on then.
Hang on, just shut up and carry on. I've nearly got it.
How can I shut up and carry on?
Well, do both.
Fucking hell.
Paul Williams has put fuck Ranty Devlin, and then flight health passports designed to stop us traveling.
I don't plan on travelling, do you?
Well, no, I'm not bothered, mate. I'm just gonna buy
If they want me to take a fucking vaccine to fucking go on holiday, I'm not bothered.
No, I'm not either. I'll sneak in.
Well, no.
Can you imagine that? There'll be fucking Brits on boats sneaking into Europe.
Other way around.
Fucking with the dinges. With the sailing dinges.
We'll be going to Africa.
Can you imagine that? You've got refugees trying to get here so they can live and have some life, and we're fucking selling ourselves and trying to get across to Europe in dinghies so we can have a holiday.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Weefy Man says he's got a place in Spain. Fucked. Oh dear. Put Cliff Richard on my death list, Jason. Dinny says. Okay, so Dinny wants Cliff Richards. Who did Dinny have?
Who did Dinny have? All right, Dinny. How are you doing?
Since nobody's farted from that list, I can add you. I'll add you. This is first I'm going to try right.
I hope Cliff Richard fucking croaks it. If I came into fucking contact with him, he probably fucking would.
Well, yeah, he'd probably be overcome from fumes from his breath.
Thanks, Jess.
You're welcome, my old friend.
Oh, I've got a story to tell you. Do you want me to tell you a story?
Yeah, go on then.
I hadn't told you this before. Day I came out of rehab.
Yeah.
Which would it be 2 years ago now at Easter? It was Easter. I know it was Easter because Leeds lost 2 games and we fucked the league up. And I discharged myself because I'd finished my treatment. And then I got myself home. They won't let me have any money because they say I just go to the pub. I just want a taxi, for fuck's sake. So anyway, I got me sent home, and my mum says, I'll take you for lunch to your favourite restaurant, which is only local, and it's like a Mediterranean restaurant. And I had a lamb kebab, like a proper lamb kebab, not one you get at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I got a piece of lamb stuck in my throat. And I started throwing up. And then there were this big table, like women, like obviously having a birthday party. And I had to get past them. And then I was in this little cubicle toilet. And I was trying to throw this piece of lamb up, and it wasn't happening. And then blood just started pouring out of my nose. And there was blood everywhere. And luckily, this waiter that I know, who looks like James Bond, actually, he started giving me Heimlich maneuver, you know?
Heimlich, yeah.
Oh, whatever it's called. And then he were fucking whacking me on back. I mean, proper fucking whacking me. I was like, fucked. And he says, you should go to hospital. So I went to hospital, and they said, go home and get some stuff, and you're going to have to come back because there's kind of know what we can do. But on the way home, I got my mum to stop at a shop. You're intelligent, man. What did I buy?
Booze.
No.
Tampax.
Nope.
I was going off the nosebleed, you see that.
No.
Remedies.
If you got something stuck in your throat, what would you buy?
Water.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know. Come on, you're going to have to tell us.
What dissolves metal?
Diet Coke.
Acid.
Full flavour Coke.
Diet Coke does it better. When you got something stuck in your throat, Diet Coke does it quicker. I know. I had the same thing. Acid reflux, you get some meat or something stuck in your throat, you can't get rid of it, and no will happen. But if you get some fucking Diet Coke on it, that will fucking.
It took about half an hour.
Yeah, well, Diet Pepsi would take about 5 minutes.
Really?
It's
mad,
Diet
isn't it?
Pepsi. So if you get something stuck in your throat, I've done it myself, mate. It's acid reflux. I've had someone did Heimlich maneuver on me and broke 2 of my fucking ribs years ago because I got a bit of steak stuck in my mouth. But I can't stand diet fucking drinks or all like that. But Diet Pepsi, if all you got to do is you pour a bit down your throat and you let it settle on whatever's there stuck, and about 5 minutes later it'll go.
It were amazing. I was like, so I've just spent fucking how long at hospital? All they've got to do is give me a drink of fucking Coke.
Yeah, I know. We can finally see you, Webby.
Hello.
Oh, Webby! Have you nicked my hat?
No, it's my art.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, son. I'm very good. Just as what we're talking about here, I'm just trying to deal with the insanity that we live in. There's this campaign that's going on at the minute, this stand in the park. It's actually starting to create some kind of interest, because a park local near me, I was up there on the Sunday, and you're pushing into double figures now, which was 3-4 people at the start of it, and it's only a matter of 5 weeks. People are starting to turn up there and just ask questions. They've got questions about different things, and the biggest thing that I see more than anything is the amount of people who are saying they're having issues with not only the family, but with the partners. You know, I mean, I know people who've said, I know a woman who said to her husband, if you have this COVID vaccine, it's divorce. She's told him, and he wants to have it. Says, if you have it, we're divorced. That's it. We're done. So it's splitting partnerships. It's not just splitting families. It's splitting partnerships. And is it designed to do that?
I think it probably is.
I think it probably is. You're right.
It's obviously designed to do that. It is. I mean, the amount of times that when they come out and say, "Did you see the BAME one where there were all these black actors and well-known black people who were telling the black community to take the vaccine because the black community apparently had a lower take-up of the vaccine than anybody else." So then you get fucking, what's his face? Lenny Henry, fucking silly twat. I mean, what's he done? He never did anything that were funny, ever. Never, ever. Not one thing. Probably the only thing that he did that were ever close to fucking to something that was humorous was his fucking bread and condensed milk sandwiches on Tiswas. That's the only thing. He was on Tiswas, weren't he? Yep. And then he became like this. And I hate to use the word, but he became this token black guy that was on TV.
Wasn't he? He just was the token black man, wasn't he?
I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know her full name. I think her first name's Yena, but she's a black comedian who she does a lot with Def Jam comedy, and she's obviously British, but she's got Jamaican heritage, so she goes into Jamaican accents a lot because that's what her mum is. Her mum's Jamaican, so she's got this really big personality about, I can just see Reefer Man doing the okay. I remember that. But she's this comedian, and she's come out on whatever TikTok or Instagram, whatever. She's done this live from hospital where she's had a vaccine and she's now had breathing difficulties and things like that. And she's filming herself saying, I've come to hospital just in case, blah, blah, blah. I had the vaccine last week, but I'm still glad I had it. And now we're seeing in mainstream media that if you've got side effects, that's good because it shows that it's working. This vaccine is working. We know it's not a vaccine. Depending on what injection you're having, if it's not mRNA, it's GMO. And it's creating antibodies. It's not a vaccine. A vaccine has some remnant that your body reacts to. This is telling your body to produce antibodies. That's brilliant. Antibodies to what?
But what makes them think that they know better than, say, us, who say, I'm not taking a fucking vaccine? What makes them think that that's right when it's not been tested at all?
It's not about that, is it? We know that it's nothing to do with it. This is it's taking people to this next level. Whether it is this injection the thing that's going to cull the population, or is it going to help disseminate the population so people who haven't got it is going to be the ones that are culled? You're extending COVID regulations. You've got, I don't know, R rates, you've got infection rates, everything's dropping, yet they extend the COVID regulations for another 6 months, which still means a copper can enter somebody's house without warrant and detain people with no symptoms and no test that works. If people can't grow up and understand that and then take responsibility for themselves, this world's not, it's end times. There's nothing in this world for those people.
Do you know what I think is going to happen, Webby?
Go on.
I think they're going to give us maybe 3-4 months off over summer, probably starting next week. And then they may actually release a virus.
And well, they're not. They won't need to. If this immunity catastrophe, what Geert Vandenbosch talked about, happens, it means there's going to be a lot of people who weren't ill who's going to be passing on an extreme illness because it's been able to gestate in the body because the immune system just let it go. Well, that can take root in one man, one woman who's had that vaccine and then spread it to maybe 3 people. And we always say that degree of separation. 12, if you know 12 people, within them 12 people, you could know everybody in the world. You may not come into physical contact with them, but
I only know you.
But you're going to be able to create a scenario where this stuff could thrive, where it could happen. And
yeah.
Can they manufacture it? Could they manufacture something as if it's happened? Look at what we've done. Nothing's happened, and look at where we're at.
Webby, they could say, because of what happened this year, and I think it was Mark Devlin said on one of his shows, that more people died in 2008 than died last year.
Mm.
And they didn't fucking shut the fucking country down then, did they?
2018 was the worst flu season on record.
Yeah, January, wasn't it?
Yeah, the worst flu season, but here we are.
I think the thing with the vaccine is not so much the vaccine itself, which is obviously something that I wouldn't take, and I'd advise people to do their due diligence before having it. I don't want to be labelled an anti-vaxxer, even though I am. But I think that what's really going to happen from this is it's not the vaccine itself, it's getting the vaccine in the population and forcing the vaccine on people. That's going to be the big part of this, I think. What do you reckon, Webby?
Yeah, I think they choose the words not force, not coerce, but encourage. I think they're the words they'd be looking to use. The factor is that if they, we could sit around and debate why they want this genetic modification in people. We could debate that all. Could do it all night, all week. Transhumanism, blah 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 blah. The factor is, it's the question. What people should be asking is why? Why have we gone from autism being like 1 in 8, 1 in 5, ridiculously, from 30, 40 years ago, where it was 1 in 88,000 or something like that? And the question is autism being injected into our children? Because we've had such a massive spike. And I can't keep listening to people who say, well, we've just got better detection things. No, you don't need severe autism. You do not need a detector to see if you're autistic. People are severely autistic and they're on the scale. Everybody's on the scale, but if you're really autistic, you don't need a test. You don't need to see where you are on the scale. You can automatically ascertain what people are, just how they act. So if that has increased to what it has, the question is, what is the common denominator? Is it the food supply? Is it the water? Is it the vaccinations? Is it all three?
All three.
We've got to be able to, and we've got to be humble enough to say we don't know everything. Jason, how many years have people been telling me about the gas and all that kind of caper? I don't know how to explain it any better than what I have done, but people won't accept it. And it's when people won't accept it, it doesn't matter how well you explain it. How many years have you sat there now been doing this and explaining it to people? And we've all gone through that anger phase where you just want to shout at people and it doesn't, it gets no information across whatsoever.
It's just over 5 years, mate. I don't know whether you remember we did a show.
What show?
I didn't know if your batteries had run out then, Jay, so you froze.
It's made up listening to you fucking rattle on, Webby, for fuck's sake.
Oh, dear me. Fucking hell, dear me. Leeds. Oh, Leeds, Superleads. Nice pants as well, by the way. Kid, stand up and let's have a look at them pants.
I can't hear you over his pants, mate. Turn your pants down.
Look at them pants.
What?
Turn around and give us money shot. Oh, look at that.
Yes. I can't hear you.
Dear me.
The ladies, size 8. They are.
If you want to buy Leeds a present, make sure the ladies size 8 leggings.
I'll tell you what, mate. Anybody who can fill ladies' pants, it's you.
Brilliant, but absolutely superb, them pants, mate. I wish I had a pair of pants like that myself, but instead I'm having to wear this. Fred Dibner done 9/11. I wonder where I got that from.
Mate, do you know what? Fred Dibner.
What are that?
No, that's wrong, that, because Fred Dibner wouldn't have left that fucking mess.
I thought, as soon as I saw that, though, Webby, I thought, fucking Jason would like that T-shirt. Fred Dibner did 9/11. Fucking hell.
Oh, good old Fred.
Fucking outrageous. So we're walking into this this totalitarian state that we've been talking about for 10 years, and now we're walking straight into it. It's just gone, hasn't it? People have gone. They've gone. The common sense has fucking gone. People are walking out with masks on outside. What are you walking about with your mask on outside? I'm fucking stuck in house, sat in pain all fucking bastard time. I've got fucking what's her face, Carol Vorderman, telling me I'm a cunt because I'm not going to leave any money for my fucking funeral plan, which the client said, you know, you missed the fucking payment. It was 1 day late one time, so we're not paying it out. So, well, you know, it's just a fucking shithole of a day. You know, the people fucking...
It'll be, Jace. What do you mean he's dead? Well, we're not paying out. He signed up for vaccine trials. I'm not paying you out for that.
It's fucking... It's nuts, isn't it? I mean, they're going to get out of it. You know they are. You've got all these people now doing these adverts where like dead happy. That's one. That's one of the ones that like to pay out for your funeral. Fucking dead happy. Have a day off. And does nobody see what's wrong with that? Nobody all sees what's wrong with that. It's dead happy.
Yeah.
People are happy when people are dead, and certainly the person that's dead's not fucking happy. Fuck me. And then you've got like we call it willpower. People leaving money in the will for people, you know, for RSPCA or whatever. So they even want your money when you're dead. So while you're alive, they're begging at you. We'll do a free will thing. You can have a free, proper will done by us, but you have to leave us something in it. Although you're not, you know, you don't have to. But I mean, why would you get RSPCA to do you a free will, and then say, "No, I'm not leaving you out"? You feel right, cool, wouldn't you?
when my
He
stepdad
might be a cat lover.
right, when my stepdad died, he left $250,000 to different charities. We didn't get one letter to say thank you.
It's outrageous. It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Stephen Moore said, I've had 2 suicides in 5 days, both around 53. If you want to tell us a bit more about that, Stephen. 2 suicides, were they close to you? Were they friends, family, what?
That's awful. That's awful.
It is awful. It is awful. But it just shows you that what we're having to live through. And, you know, people are, we're living through a time where the people that really need all the help are not getting fucking even seen or listened to at
We're
all.
struggling, aren't we? I mean, like I've said to you, and I want to talk to you, we're used to being sat in at home, but I'm struggling. And, you know, I think you are as well. It's Webby, have you had to have vaccination where you work?
No.
They've not forced you to do it.
No, they've got tests, and they've got this lateral flow test, which is 40% less accurate than the PCR test that still doesn't test for infection rates. But you do get an incentive, as in if you have 6 tests, you get stamped every time you tested. You can get a free bacon sandwich and a drink.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's absolutely, it's bonkers. You've got people saying there's an expectancy. There's an expectancy for you to have this test. Well, there was an expectancy for me to be retired on a full pension by now, but guess what? It's not happening, is it?
No.
So
my girlfriend's got a big box of them, these tests. So she's done a couple on me just for piss sake. I mean, I'm not going to have it. But I've been clear both times.
I know a guy whose mum and dad were desperate to get away, and if they got tested and they were positive, they wouldn't be able to go away. So this guy's parents thought they'd be really clever, and when they got the test, they just ran it under the tap and sent them off. And they both come back positive.
You're joking?
No, they ran them under the tap, sent them off, and they both come back positive and couldn't go on holiday, and they hadn't even done the test. That is how stupid that we've got with this now, because this test doesn't test for anything other than remnants. When you've got Carrie Mullis, who developed the PCR test, who says, hey, it's a great test. If you run enough cycles, you'll test positive for everything and anything. Don't do it. Don't test it. Don't use it, though, for infection rates, because it doesn't work. Oh, okay. Then these infection rates are shooting up. Should we ignore them? Carrie Mullis said, if you're using my test, yes. So does that mean that the test kit is a kit that can be used for an infection rate when the inventor says, no, it can't? Or is it a lack of knowledge, being ignorance, borderline stupidity?
Oh, a bit in the water.
Well, do you know what? We are actually discussing, it's been in already in a few states in America, but we're actually discussing now in England whether to put lithium in the water supply.
Already doing it. They're already doing it.
There you go. Why are you doing it, Jace? Because it makes
people docile. Makes people docile. They're already doing it. Been doing it for years. Lithium in fucking. It's a joke. Look, you make the point that nobody's fucking seems to be fucking putting anything together. You know, that we're a year on, and we were promised that, you know, there were 3 weeks to go over curve or whatever. and we're a year on, and still we're not free. The phrase, well, it's a free country, innit, don't fucking exist anymore.
No.
Don't exist. If you tell someone to shut up and they go, well, it's a free country, innit, you go, no, it fucking isn't. You try telling fucking Boswag that, and he'll soon fucking shoot you down and kick you in bollocks. But you know, we're a year in, 2020. I saw as right at the very beginning, I thought and I hoped that 2020 would be the year of vision, where people got their vision back. But it just seems that they've become more and more blind. You know, they can't see what's going on in front of what they're being told. What's going on in front of them? They're being told. People like us are telling them. Right at the very beginning, we were saying this is not going to be a small scale, short term thing. This is going to go on forever, and it's not going to fucking stop. It won't stop. No. I know Leeds said we'll get summer off. I don't think we will.
I think they'll give us summers off. I think they'll give us summer off. But he's already said there's going to be a third wave. So they're telling you what's going to happen.
The thing is, though, the third wave will come in flu season, in autumn, again.
Yeah.
And the problem we've got is, are there going to be, for want of a better way of putting it, super spreaders who have had the injection and not the infection, so they've got antibodies that are going to ignore a flu-like infection and allow it straight through their immune system. You've genetically modified. If we believe the mainstream media, over half of the English population have been genetically modified already. People who I know and love and care about have done it. And 5 weeks later, they've still got the side effects. They've still got symptoms. They've got aching on them. They've got headache. They've got nausea.
Webby.
Say again.
The worse, if you ask me, Webby.
And you know, the factor is, our narrative hasn't changed, Jace. We've been saying the same thing all along, and everything that was against it last year for vaccine passports, you're a fucking idiot. You're a nutter if you think that's going to happen. Here we are with vaccines.
Those very same people will say you're a nutter if you don't get your fucking vaccine.
They're the same people.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's madness, isn't it? They can't accept that we might be right.
We are right. What are you on about? I'm never wrong. I've never been wrong in my life.
Fuck off. You're wrong on.
By the way,
you're
Leeds,
wrong on Deadpool, mate.
Leeds.
I'll tell you what. I can't imagine you being right when you nearly rolled down that fucking hill. I think you were wrong there.
I thought I went. Oh fucking hell! Yeah, well, that's over and done with. I've got a new mobility scooter now that I don't use because I'm too freaking to go out. Too scared of my own fucking shadow, I tell you. I tell people, Paul Williams says, I tell people I've had the vax, they love it. You see, that's it. That's the virus, isn't it? It's the fear. And if you're told, as we are, which I don't believe the numbers that the spouting are people that have taken up the vaccine, we're told that it's the normal thing to do. It's the thing to do. It's what you should be doing. And yet, you know, nobody's telling us. Act like you took it as show name. One of the things.
But why did they have to take two?
Can I not identify as having it?
Well, you could.
Can I identify as being already? What?
You can do what you want, Webby, but
I can identify as already being vaccinated and being immune. I identify as being immune.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
But
Why are they doing
why are they doing it twice as well?
Why what?
Why are they vaccinating them twice?
Because then they get rid of more vaccines and they get more money. So, see,
So
this vaccine
about money rather than damage.
It could just be could just be a fucking placebo. We don't know.
You know,
You know, they're sticking in just some saline in people. I mean, that's not going to work anybody, and it's going to people.
I think it probably is. I think it probably is just a fucking saline or something.
See, you don't know. I mean, some of them might be. But what do you do when you're testing something, right? You send it out, and some as a placebo, and some of the real thing. That's what they do when they're testing new medicines. Now, you can imagine
that'd be a vaccine, though. That wouldn't it, Jace? That'd be a proper vaccine.
Yeah, but they're doing it with us in the field. So they're doing the testing while in the field, as it were, you know. So they're giving certain people the placebo, and they're giving certain people the vaccine that they're testing, and that they're trying to find out what's going wrong. I mean, if everybody, if they were, let's just say there were 15, 20 people went to one place to be vaccinated one day, and then they all died the next, there'd be questions asked. Whereas if there's only, let's just say, one person died out of 1,000 that they're vaccinated, then nobody's going to fucking blink an eyelid. They're just going to think, well, that person were unlucky. You know, out of 1,000, they probably died in a car crash. I don't fucking know. That's what they do, innit? Anybody who's had a COVID, anybody who dies who's had a positive COVID test in the last 28 days goes on statistics, don't they? No matter what, you can get run over. You can have a fucking piano fall on your head or whatever. You can be Laurel and Hardy. You know, if a piano falls on your head, and 27 days earlier you had a fucking positive COVID result, then you died of COVID, not that piano.
Well, we wouldn't have had that. Had the guy last August he died in a car crash, but he tested positive within 28 days. And when he finally realised he put COVID-19 on his death certificate, they kicked off and got that changed. That came into mainstream media. Had they not done that, there wouldn't be as many people switched on to the fact that they've been falsifying death certificates for over a year.
Yeah.
And they are still doing it. And the beauty of it is when so-called intelligent people can't join simple dots to where Bill Gates's company owns a patent for the coronavirus, he's pushing it, he's paying and promoting the World Health Organization. He pays 50 million quid donation to the BBC and their charities, whilst being pictured leaning on a set of books, smiling like that. And one of the books says, How to Lie with Statistics. It's too easy, this. It's too easy. But when people don't think and are incapable of thinking even, it's even easier.
I got a taxi, yeah, and taxi driver's uncle died of an heart attack, and they put that down as COVID.
Yeah, they will do.
Yeah.
They will put it down as COVID. I mean, we're in a fucking war here. Nobody can.
I think we're in World War III, aren't we?
Yes.
I think we are. I think it is a world war because it is worldwide. But there are a lot of countries that are taking it a lot better than we are and doing stuff. Unless I'm being fucking shielded from news in this country, because you get places like Romania and Bulgaria and things like, you know, former Eastern European places. In fact, still Eastern European, but formerly behind the Iron Curtain, as it was called. Is it Belarus that didn't even fucking do anything?
Yeah.
And you know, it's we seem to be it seems to be a test. What can we do to you? What can we do to fucking get past you? But they tell you what they're going to do. They tell you in advance.
Okay,
they tell you. You know, they have all these films. I mean, what were on Netflix? Pandemic, there were one on just not long ago that had just come out. You know, they could not have been. They couldn't have started production after it started and then finished the complete film by now. So, you know what they're doing. It's
so
just,
we know that they've already told us that there's going to be a third wave. Why can't them other people fucking grasp that concept?
well, because they're not plugged in. You see, all they're plugged into is what they're given. So they're plugged into the phone, and they're plugged into the TV, and they're plugged into the Wi-Fi and everything, and that's where they get everything from. They don't need to think, because they've got things that think for them now. You imagine, just imagine getting a millennial and giving him a map, right? You get in a car, I'm driving car, and I get a millennial inside of me, next to me, and I say, right, I'm going to go to this place. You find it on that map and you direct me. Can't do it. They cannot do it. They have to be told. So when it comes to then, making a decision about themselves, they have to be told. They have to be told what to do and how to do it. And when they're being told you need the vaccination, you need the COVID vaccination, they don't care. They don't fucking care. Fucking only fucking 7 years ago, they were fucking dancing to Gangnam Style. Fucking Gangnam Style. Pretend you're riding fucking horse.
Don't you think it's funny that, especially like on here, we all seem to be a similar age, don't we? You know.
Yeah. We are about, yeah. I mean, I'm in my late 40s.
40s, 50s.
Well, late 40s,
do you think they left us alone?
No, I think we're the only people. I mean, we don't forget we came from a time where they were really just trying to sort this stuff out. You know, when they were trying to implement this stuff, when they were trying to get people involved in shit like this. Live Aid for a start. What a pile of shit. All money went to Israel. Fucking none of it went to Africa, where they were. Why are they still asking me to leave them money?
Jace, can I interrupt? Our lads were watching a program the other night, and it was top 20 selling songs in 1984. Obviously, it were Live Aid, and I just thought, fuck me.
Well, Band-Aid, yeah, well, Band-Aid, but that's how people are. People are suckers, particularly in this country. People are suckers for a sob story, right? So you think the best-selling song in the 80s, right, was a sob story. It was about, people dying in Africa and how we were going to raise money, and they did Live Aid and Band-Aid and all that sort of thing. Well, it's exactly the same thing they did in the 90s. When Diana died, that song that Elton John did, when he changed the lyrics, "Candle in the Wind," again, #1 best-selling song ever. People are fucking suckers for compassion, right? But they're also, because they're suckers for compassion, there's also another end where there'll be sat watching something on TV. There'll be a single mother on who's on TV on one of the being fucking exploited by one of these TV companies, and they'll be apoplectically rage about this woman. Yet, you know, everything that's really going on, that's really fucking devastating to communities and stuff, is going on somewhere else, and she's not even listening to it. It's just nostalgia. That's all we respond to.
I've sponsored a snow leopard and a panda.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
We were talking about Lenny Henry earlier on, Jace.
Yeah.
Look at Comic Relief.
Oh,
sat on millions, and people are still donating in March to Red Nose Day. They're sat on millions, and Lenny Henry promotes that. And that is in an African country that's in dire straits, and yet the very people that he represents, which is us in the West, actively keep Africa in that state. So, you know, Lenny, is there no mirrors in your house?
Look, fucking Lenny. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Lenny Henry's made a career out of this, hasn't he? I mean, he had this first career when he were on Blankety Blank. And, you know, I remember watching some, and it were fucking, what's his name, who did Blankety Blank? Terry Wogan. So Terry Wogan's asking question. Fucking Lenny Henry's in them 6 people. And the question is, Joe Sawyer is in the jungle. And as he said jungle, Lenny Henry jumped up like, fucking performance is saying, because he'd fucking mentioned jungle. And you could see he got a fucking grass skirt on. So he's taking piss out of himself. Fine. Fucking great. But, you know, you've got to...
Do you mean he was making he thought it was racist? Is that what he meant?
No, he was playing along with it.
All right, okay.
Because a jungle had been mentioned, he instantaneously... I'm sure they did it in fucking...
All right, I get you now.
Because jungle had been fucking brought up, and he was only one there that were black and had a grass skirt on and what have you. And so he stood up as if he were fucking you know, and everyone starts laughing. And
it was shit.
Terry Wogan could get
then he was shitter. And then he was shitter than that.
He's always been shit. He's not been funny ever.
I know.
Okay, that somebody put in thing earlier on. It's actually even funny then, wouldn't it?
Which one of them women weren't he married to one of them fucking comedians?
Dawn French, he was married to.
The fat one.
Yeah.
Was that the fat one?
Victoria Dibley, the fat one, yeah. He were married to her for a number of years. There's
no wrong with marrying a fat person.
She's not even funny, though. She's not even funny.
I know, I don't think
I've watched bits and bobs or what have you, and I'll tell you what, the only fucking woman, I'm sorry to all the women and everything, but this is just my opinion, but the only woman I've ever come across that I found remotely funny was fucking Caroline Aherne.
Yes.
She
I probably agree with you.
An absolute fucking genius.
Yeah.
The rest of them, there's not one. There's not fucking one. There's not many blokes either. Have a look at how many of these fucking so-called comedians. Have a look at how many had a private school. Let's look at how many had a private education. Have a look at how many were from fucking backgrounds where, not like old fucking back in the day where they worked all clubs and did all that sort of shit. These cunts are just put straight on fucking telly on Dave.
Well, I'm obviously remember Lindsay. Lindsay's a stand-up comedian, and because of all this shit, her career's been virtually put on hold. Now, unless she eventually goes and has this vaccine, She's not going to be able to go and work in most of the clubs that comedy is going to be able to be presented. The problem that you've got is comedy was always that the testing bed for people to be able to criticize people that couldn't be criticized. But now you've got comedians actively censoring themselves. And the only comedians that you're going to get who's going to come on telly and things like that are these sycophantic idiots that say, oh, I've just had my second jab. Look at that. That's brilliant. Come and watch me at the Manchester MEN or whatever, as long as you've had your injection. Those people are not funny. You know, off the top of my head, I can think of Jason Manford. Started off as funny, but you can see that he just wants to please the people who are paying him. And, you know, we've had other people like that. With John Bishop, great funny lad, but buys him a house, a few $100,000 maybe, but it's in the middle of the HS2, so he sells it for millions. Is it convenience? Is it a bit of money? I don't know. But the factor is, these people are at least covering the eyesight of their fans by, oh, well, he's done that. He's saying that. He would come out because he's an outspoken man. No, they're not. None of them are. Ricky Gervais, he's had his injection. Oh, but he came out about paedophiles, though, didn't he? Good on him there. Fucking hell. I give up.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Especially when Ricky Gervais, I mean, he were somebody people were hanging on to, weren't they? For some way to get towards what's really going on, as they were going to really fucking spill the beans on everything. And then he has his fucking vaccine, but what can you do? I mean, it's his fucking choice. Someone said, Colby Hicks has put, Raconteurs, what do you guys make of Brian Harvey, Ian Puddick, Bill Maloney, etc.? Let's start with you, Leeds.
Not interested.
Okay, what about you, Webby?
I spoke with a lady who interviewed Brian Harvey, and I asked her would she put me in touch with him so I could interview him, which she contacted him and gave him my details. He then blocked her, and I never got any reply. Ian Puddick, I've spoken to Ian Puddick on a couple of occasions. One was a 2-hour phone conversation. Everybody comes out and he states that he's MI5, MI6. He's still part of the establishment with Bill Maloney and John Wedger. I've heard all this stuff. I've spoken, apart from Bill Maloney, I've spoken to John Wedger and I've spoken to Ian Puddick. You've got your opinions on. I don't know if you've spoke to Ian Puddick, Jason, or anything.
I have. Yeah.
So you've got your opinions on them. I've got my opinions. The factor is, you can only take people on the information that they're giving you. And I only deal with people on how they speak to me, how they treat me. I'm not one for coming out and accusing people. I want people to give me information. If that information eventually shows that person to be not what they're saying, then the information will do that. That's not for me to do that. I think to some extent, I know you're more outspoken than me, Jace, but to some extent, you're the same. You want people to expose themselves, if not in that way, but to divulge their secrets on their own without you exposing them. You give them the platform. Let's talk. You know, I've always said to people you shouldn't have him on. He's this, he's that, and the other. Do you know what? Give them rope. They'll either hang themselves with what they're going to say, or they'll end up knitting a nice little hammock out of it, lying in it and laughing at the people who are saying they're going to do this. And that's how I work with this stuff. Those people have given me good information that send me in different directions. doesn't necessarily exonerate or even incriminate those people.
It came in the chat room not long ago, did Brian Harvey, and I spoke to him.
So again, Leeds?
Yeah, it came in chat room. Brian Harvey came in chat room.
Brian Harvey came in chat room not long ago.
Listen, I'm not interested in talking to Brian Harvey.
Well, I'm not either.
I think that he's. I would have been at one time.
I think it's theatre now.
I'm not now. Now it's for. I mean, what he did with Sharon Gale. I mean, it is fucking unforgivable. So I would have had an interest in talking to him, but I don't have one now. And whenever I watch his videos, I find he tried to get in touch with what's his name? Oh God, what's the guy called? Who's he used to be on radio and now he's doing the voice of reason. What's his name? Oh, you must fucking know him.
I don't watch telly, mate. I don't watch telly.
No, it's not on telly. He does the voice of reason on YouTube.
Alex Belfield.
Alex Belfield, that's it. And he tried to get in touch with Alex Belfield. Thank you, Stewie. Yes. It were Alex Belfield. He tried to get in touch with Alex Belfield, and Alex Belfield. I don't think he wanted to know. I didn't think he wanted to. I mean, Alex Belfield is a different animal to us, right?
I don't know. Explain to me. I don't know who Alex Belfield is.
Well, Alex Belfield used to work on BBC Radio, BBC local radio for years and years and years. Okay. And he got BBC Radio Leeds, actually. So it's a wonder you hadn't heard of him. Yeah, at some time. But now he's been sacked and all sorts of shit's happened. And the BBC are trying to take him down. His house has been raided 3 times just for things he said. It's just... Well, I watch his shows because they're short and they're like 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Not apart from he does a phone in on a Wednesday and a Sunday, I think. But yeah, theatre. Yeah, you're right, Paul. You're probably right. But Brian Harvey were trying to get in touch with Alex Belfield. Alex Belfield blanked him. Brian Harvey starts fucking moaning about Alex Belfield blanking him. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking blah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Meanwhile, the country goes mad. And quite right. Yeah. So, there's...
I've got more fucking things to fucking worry about than fucking Brian Harvey.
Oh, yeah, well, nobody needs to worry about him. I'm just saying that I would have had him on show at one point, but now...
No, but I'm saying, you know what I mean, at the minute, I don't give a fuck about Brian Harvey. My life's in fucking bits.
I know. Sean Hamer is... Belfield won't touch anything controversial. I agree with that. He won't touch anything controversial. I don't know. Paul Williams said, get him on, Jace. I don't know if we're talking about Brian Harvey or Alex Belfield, but I don't think I'll have much chance with any of them. And to be honest with you, I'd like to talk to Alex Belfield, but I'd like to talk to him in a way that I'm going to be able to get some art in, and I don't think I will in a live interview. So perhaps I could get something recorded. But he's all right. He does what he thinks. Get him on, Jace. Harvey. Oh, fucking Brian Harvey. Now, can you stay another day? You two have got fucking Brian Harvey on. Stay now.
Well, that Christmas. What about Christmas one?
Do you know what?
That's it. Baby, if you got to go. That song's really sad. Because it was written by Tony Mortimer about his killing himself.
There's a mate of mine who got bin bagged by his wife on Christmas Day with that song playing in the background. And every time he hears it, all he ever thinks about is when he got bin bagged and thrown out by his wife.
What's bin bagged? Like all your clothes in bin bag?
Everything in a bin bag, all dumped at work. Everything dumped at work. All these bin bags just dumped at work. That's for such a body. And he turns up, oh my word, yeah, that's all yours, that, mate. And he left the house that day to stay now.
Put the lamp on. Right, but lamps on. Why do you need to put...
I just wondered why you needed big light on. Oh,
You left them on.
all right. Are you all right?
Because he's on with me. He needs big lights on because he's on with me.
He needs big light.
Come on, show yourself.
Ask you.
Show yourself, woman.
Some folk have got to work.
All right then. Well, don't get COVID. Whatever you do.
Don't get COVID.
Time on here. He's fucking. He's precious.
I didn't have the jabs,
I told him you've had your jabs.
and I'm still alive.
Yeah, only just.
Well, that's listen. It's up to you, isn't it?
It's a shame.
Sean Amer, we are like in a Monty Python film. We are, aren't we? We are like we're in a Monty Python film. I'll fucking come back with a parrot that's dead.
Well, it's nonsense. Yeah, it is. It's nonsense, isn't it?
It should be more funnier if it's a Python sketch. This should be funnier. But this is like, you know, I mean, even only 2 years ago, Jace, we were joking about things like this. But now we're trying to joke about things that are actually happening, actually here. You know, I go back to the EU Withdrawal Act, January 2020, where it states Parliament are now sovereign. Parliament can only be sovereign in one jurisdiction, and that's commercial. So that means we're under a corporate dictatorship, which is definitely under communism. But is that a joke? Is that make believe, or is it real?
What do you think's happened to the royal family, Webby?
What was always planned, I think, they were put into a position for us to look at and say that's our royal family, and now we've just seen that disintegrate into whatever it's going to be presented to us as. The politics thing with the big reset, it's all got to go. That has to go. There can't be politics and the old economy in the big reset. So we've got to be humble enough to accept that we haven't known all the answers previous, and now we're presenting us with something that's going to have a lot more falsehoods, and that's going to be hidden, I think, by the possible, at least on the surface, what's going to look like a real pandemic, and we haven't had that yet. But
What about Brexit, Webby?
What about it?
That's just being forgotten about.
It never happened.
Well, we're done, aren't we? We're out. We've got
something to talk about that.
Listen, guys, are you up for anybody phoning in and just maybe wanting to ask us questions and stuff like that?
As long as it's not Linda Lasardi asking me out for a date.
Well, I doubt that's going to happen any time in this millennia, but you never know. I'm going to pop the link in. So if you want to come on and just ask, we've only got about 20 minutes left. So
Paul Williams has just posted about what do I think about the Kill Bill protest. I'm presuming Kill the Bill protest, not Kill Bill.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it says on the tin, a protest. That means a legal acceptance. So, yes, we are stamping our feet and saying we don't want this, but if you're protesting, you've already accepted it. That's what a protest is. We have to learn how to reject. We have to learn how to set a constitutional argument in place where all this legislation that's being passed, any act has to be beneficial to man. The problem is when the legislator says there's our act, it's all perfect in every way for benefit of man, they hand that over to the executive who put regulations in that regulate business. And that's where they make money. The problem is we're all Mr. Mrs. So they're trying to apply those regulations to us. And they're doing that through Parliament. So the only people that can want a better way, regulate that is the judiciary. And the judiciary must say, well, hang on a minute, that statute is beneficial for man, that is for businesses. The two can't mix. The two can't mix, and that's what we're missing.
Look at him, he's talking to somebody. You should mute your mic when you're talking to somebody, Leeds.
I think he's making shit up.
Sorry, mate. I'm just talking to my girlfriend. She's just come home from work.
Oh, she's got to go back, hasn't she?
Yeah. At 7.
Oh, 7 in the morning.
Oh, 7 in the morning? For fuck's sake, you can have 3 sleeps by then.
I know.
You know what?
3 sleeps.
Half hour then.
Oh, yeah, just ignore her.
Well, we've got about 20 minutes left. We've talked about COVID and we've talked about the restrictions we're under. We've even gone into Parliament and how they're imposing these laws upon us. And in fact, they're not really imposing these laws upon us, are they? They're just telling us that these laws have been imposed upon us. I'll tell. I had a guy turn up yesterday, day before yesterday. No, it weren't. That would have been Bank Holiday Monday. It must have been Sunday or either of a weekend. But a guy turns up and knocks on the door and fucking dog goes nuts as he does. Fucking, so I have to put him in cage. I put him in cage. I go to the door. It's Census 2021. I said, go on then. What do you want? You've not filled in your census? I said, no, I'm not filling it in. You do know it's a legal requirement. I said, it doesn't matter whether it's a legal requirement because I don't consent. And legal things have to require my consent. Lawful things don't. And I don't think it's unlawful to not do the census. But if it's illegal, I don't care because I don't consent anyway. Anyway, so he were a young lad. And I said to him, I said, look, I'll tell you what.
I bet you had him for breakfast, didn't you?
Oh, hey, stay on.
I just said, listen, I'll tell you what. I said, you're a young lad, and I really don't want to get into a row here. I don't want to make you feel upset or bad or anything. You're just trying to do a job. I know that. I understand that. But you might as well just put us down as not responding.
Yeah.
We're not going to get a response at all from any of us. Anybody coming to this store is not going to get a response. You'll get the response you've got from me now. And next time, because
did it end in off?
No. I just said next time I won't be putting my dog in cage. And he ate and I said, look, it's not against you, mate. I know you're just doing a job. You're trying to earn a living.
I know, but the daft comes out there.
I'm just not going to cooperate, and there's no way. And I've had people come round last couple of weeks. It must have been 3 times. We want to read your electric meter. All right, you got warrant? No. Coming in then, are you? Next time you have to come back with a warrant. Well, I don't want to read your meter. You can go and tell me numbers. I says I can't. I don't know numbers. I don't know them. I don't know what order they're supposed to be in, do I? Could be backwards, could be forwards, could be fucking second one, first. I said, no, I can't do that.
I know what your IQ is, so that's not true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so the census. I didn't give short shrift. I don't like to do it to these people because they, if
it's not fair, like you say. They're just doing a job, aren't they?
They are, and like if I wouldn't like. I've got a daughter who's 23, and if she got a job and she needed a job, and she got one doing that, I wouldn't like somebody to be fucking shouting at her on doorstep. So I won't do that to somebody else. I won't shout at them. I won't have a go. But I will tell them that I'm not doing it. It's not lawful. I said he said it's a legal requirement. I said, well, it don't matter.
On the
requirements.
On the 2011 census, I answered the door to this woman who flashed this badge at me, and I went, "Can I help you?" She went, "Yeah, I'm just here about the census. Have you filled it in?" I said, "I don't wish to talk to you about that." She went, "Oh, right, okay." I said, "All right, see you." And she went, "You may be fined £1,000." I went, "May I?" She said, "Yes." I went, "Who will be fined?" She went, "You." I went, "Who am I?" She went, "The householder." I said, "Good try. Who am I?" And she went, and she went. Now, I said to me,
they can't fine you, Webby. They can't fine you.
No, they can't. Unless you interact with them, unless you engage with them, they can. But I said to my daughter, because my daughter used to call around to let my dog out, and I went, anybody knocks on the door, don't answer it. Well, my daughter lives in a cucumber castle on top of a cherry oak tree with unicorns back then, and she'd forgot about what I'd said until she opened the door. And then she realised, oh, no, I shouldn't have opened this. And this woman was stood with a man who tried to extract information about me through my daughter, just to try and stitch something in. And it's the same thing as it is now. I've got nothing to say to you. Close the door. Go away. That's how easy it is. Yeah. I mean, me and Jace, we've had that conversation about the last census. Lockheed Martin were collecting the census, and then they lost everything. They left it in the back of a taxi. 10 years ago, everybody's information, back of a taxi, gone.
Yeah,
tell them the trespassing. Tell them the trespassing and fuck off.
I've got it on my notice.
Yeah, but you see, you don't have to tell them to fuck off, though, do you? All you've got to do.
All right,
yeah,
fair enough.
You don't really want to be a cunt. You don't want to make another human being's day worse, do you?
All right, Jace. All right, Jace.
All you've got to say is that you've got to politely decline. Don't say fuck off.
All right. If it were you, I would.
How would you know it were me? Would you be able to recognise me by me fucking Fred?
I did a wheelchair coming up road.
With squeaky wheel.
Yeah. and the daft dog.
Spanish Chicken says, I am an English cunt in Bristol, the city of woke twats, lol. There's been shit going on in Bristol, hasn't there? Here. Send me things. I think Mark Bryce sent me some stuff on what were going on in Bristol, and some Asian provocateurs were there, which you're always going to get. I mean, we might as well just fucking just go in and just kick them in. Bristol's been.
I think good for him.
Yeah, but who is it though? Is it are the people that are starting this off? Are they, people from the other side, from the 3-letter services that we've got, the MI5? That's 2 letters and a number, isn't it? They call that in America, don't they? FBI, CIA, the 3 fucking alphabet. But you're going to get people that are going to stir up trouble in these places.
Yeah.
That's why it's a
Right.
fucking waste of time. Protesting. What you need to do instead of protesting is just not have the jab. Not fucking do what they tell you to do.
Why is it not kicked
else.
off? Why is it not kicked off in Leeds, Sheffield, or Lee?
For me, in my town, too many people are. They're not only compliant; they don't believe that they're in the situation that they're in. They don't see it. They really do not see it because, these people, a lot of them, they manage to still be able to go to work. Yeah, they can't go out, they can't go on holiday or anything, but they're making the most of it. They've built bars in their own yards, in the gardens, and they're having drinks there. And now they can invite 6 people round. It's all about taking everything off people and giving it a bit back. If you work out what child abusers do, they abuse children and then they reward them. And that means that what eventually the child does, the child associates abuse with love and rewards. And that's just what abuse is. And, you take it from one adult to one child to an establishment against a population. There's no difference. We can still, as a population, we can still be defined as one child in the main. We might have a lot of different attributes, but the mass majority, I always go off. You've got the 10% that were in Leeds. We're in the 10% that goes, no, dickheads, think. Don't just do that. Ask questions. Then you've got the other 15%. So we're in that 15%. They've got another 15%. Yeah, they're looking after us. Everything's great. Then you've got the 70% in the middle. They're the conformists. Just put my mask on for 10 minutes. Only get me thanks. Those conformists, that 70%, they're the ones that put people on cattle cars and concentration camps because they do fuck all. And it's good people who do nothing that will win or lose this war. But when people say, "Oh, I'm woke," wow, that makes me scared.
What are we going to do, Webby? What are we going to do, Webby?
About what?
Well, we're fucked, aren't we?
Yes, and until people who are fucked realise that they're fucked, will continue to be fucked. I tried to get messages out when I was going through my shit, and armed police called on me. Over 30 coppers, over 5 earrings. Can people not see what's happening here? Nobody cared. Nobody cares now until it happens to them, and that's when they get in touch with people. I had people who didn't really. It wasn't that they didn't believe what I was going through; they just didn't see how bad it was. And then when they challenged something and it came down like a ton of bricks, that's when people see it. And it's only when that happens that some people will actually do anything.
Something's got to happen to them before they realise.
Yeah, you've got to. For me, I lost everything. I had everything materially. I had everything stolen from me, and I had it taken from me with nobody saying, "You can't do that. You can't do that." Well, I was going, "You can't do that," but the police were just going, "Oh yeah, no, I know we can't do that, but I'm following orders."
We can.
It's basically what I was told. I'm following orders. They know better than me. Well, that doesn't work in history, but it takes balls, and unfortunately, in the mass majority of the general public, they're ballless. I've never seen that many ballless people in my fucking life. There's no men. No men. Where are the fucking men that saying, "I've had enough of this, I'm going to protect my family"? I know more women who are doing that than the men.
Yeah. Because, I mean, technically, we've been chemically castrated as a indigenous population. In fact, even people that have come here, that are immigrants, they're the same thing. They've been chemically castrated, apart from them down at fucking Page Hall in Sheffield. So we've got no balls. We've got, collectively, as balls have disappeared. It's fucking gone. It's just fucking gone. Spanish chicken's off to racist Devon, he says. Tony says the ones who conform will be the ones who throw us non-conformists under the bus. I agree with you there, but we've got to fucking stick by our principles. Don't have the job. Hang on, I'm going to Trump. Sorry about that.
Fucking Christ.
At least you can't fucking smell it. It's not smell tube, is it?
Well.
Yeah. Dinny says move to Leeds. Old style football hooliganism is what we need. Maybe some minors and strikers. Anyway, how long we got left?
I agree with that. I've always said that. That's what Thatcher did. Thatcher had to destroy the hooligans.
Yeah, and that's what she did.
Yeah.
She used Hillsborough to do that.
Yeah. I know.
Not just to destroy the hooligans, to destroy football.
Yeah.
And look where we are now.
Yeah.
Football's a big pile of shit. Nobody fucking cares.
And you've got no men. You've got no real men that stand up.
No. They fucking get a touch on them and that's it. They're down. Like they've been shot.
Well, I'm not about footballers. I'm not about men in general.
I think you're right. Leeds. It's you haven't got those. I mean, I don't even really know how to say it other than the man who would say, "You can't do that. I'm drawing a line there. That's my family that's affecting. That's me that's affecting. That's my wife. That's my grandkids." You've got people who go, "Well, it's for the better of everybody, isn't it?" Well, when we had that doctrine, when you look at that type of doctrine through history, it doesn't end well for the general public.
No,
it doesn't.
And
no, it don't end well for fucking anybody, does it?
No,
Let's get back through history. But
it's not going to end well for us, is it? Fucking hell. We're going to be the first ones to come
for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. You're in Leeds.
They're going to be first, aren't we, though? We're first ones they're going to come for.
Oh, yeah, of course we are. Of course we are. Webby, how have Liverpool gone on tonight?
They have lost 3-1.
Have they? With the home or away?
Away.
Oh,
We've got an away goal.
Liverpool have lost 3-1.
We've lost 3-1 at Real, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, we beat Cardiff 5-0 last night.
Ah, well done. Well done to you.
Thank you very much. We are.
It's
awesome for a week.
It's kind of not the same as playing Real Madrid, is it?
Well, no, because they've got different colours.
Yep.
Anyway, we're right back at the end of the show tonight. I think we've got about a minute and a half to go. So I'm just going to give each individual guest their last 30 seconds just to say something. We'll start off with you, Leeds, mate. What do you want to say to people tonight as your parting gift to everybody?
Thank you for everyone asking about me being unwell. I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you. That's why we want to know. So
yeah.
you need to get into, if you're badly again, you need to get in touch with me. So let me know, please, or put in place something for someone to let me know. You know,
Yeah.
you can't do it yourself.
I will do, Jess. I was just fucking hell, you know. So thank you to everyone. Thank you. I must speak to Webby.
God bless you.
You're most welcome, mate. Listen, you're part of the Raconteurs family. You're a big part of the Raconteurs family. So I think you've surpassed Andy now as being, a part of the. Well, he's gone anyway. He run off, didn't he?
Well, if I'm part of the furniture, you must be a lamp standard, mate.
Yeah.
He's a good bloke. We love you, Leeds. Webby, what would you like to say in the last 30 seconds? Or whatever you want, as long as you want.
If you've still got people who you can talk to in the family and your friends who are still completely immersed in whatever this reality used to be, and the fact that they think that they might be going back to normal after this weekend where lockdowns are going to go, if you can still talk to them, try and talk to them. I've got so many people now who've already had the first jab. There's not a lot I can say to those people because it's only telling them the possibilities of what is going to happen to them. I can't just be that messenger of, death, if you like. The factor is, I've done all this time. I've been telling people about this reality, about economics, about whatever this system is, and the agenda that's being portrayed behind it. We've all done it. Me and you have done it so many times on shows, and it's only the people that will hear those words that will ever look. The rest are always going to call us dickheads. The factor is, though, Jace, I need some more theories because all the theories I used to get called names for are here. So I'm a conspiracy now. I'm not a theorist. I'm a conspiracy. So other than that, pal, it's as you were. We just do what we do, and we try and get through life as best we can with a smile on our face and deal with whatever we've got going on in our lives. And I think between us all, and in my case, the Creator as well, between us all and God, I think we've got it sorted.
We've been doing it for years, though, haven't we, Webby?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, blokes. Thank you. Someone put up the long live bloke chat. I completely agree with that, and that's what we're going to be doing on this show. Like I say, I'm not getting any guests on, and I'm not booking guests because I never know from one day to the next whether I'm going to be able to do it or because of this shit that's fucking going on with my hands. But I'll tell you what,
fucking spastic.
Fuck off, you fucking calling me a spastic. Anyway, it's time for us to go. Big thanks to Webby, the Web Auto, and the Webster report as well. I'm sure he'll be doing more Webster reports now. He's got a new computer. I'll get that flat Earth bloke. I'll put him in touch with you. I'll give you his thingy.
Yes, do, yeah.
All you do is, right, you don't even have to get in touch with him. You just go on and you fucking book on his thing when you want him on, and he just comes on and appears when you're ready.
It sounds like Mr. Ben.
It does, doesn't it? Mr. Ben, remember he used to fuck off in his fucking bowler hat and come out in a spacesuit.
He's nice, Mr. Ben. I'd love to get Mr. Ben on my show.
Oh,
Ben.
God, I love you. I'll tell you what, I've got to love you all. I'll tell you what, it's took some fucking effort for me to get this shit gone tonight, and it's just been fucking so enjoyable. It's been great talking to Leeds. He needs to get rid of that fucking beard, though.
I know. Barbers are open out there next week or something.
Oh, and you got your own razor.
I have, actually.
Hey.
But that takes titanium blades as well, to be fair. but that takes someone else to do it for me.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to go. Thank you very much.
If you want to wield your wheelchair,
And he's cheering like a sheep.
if you want to wheel your wheelchair up to Leeds to shave my beard, I'd be quite happy.
I've got no experience though, so
I'm not bothered.
You
can't really fuck up.
All right. Thanks to Webby, Otto, the Webster Report, and Superleads for joining me tonight. It's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. And thanks to everyone that's listened. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and that notifications tab, that ding-a-ling-a-ling bell thing that they do. Like and subscribe. We love you all, we really do. And best wishes to my guests tonight, Webby and Superleads. I'll see you hopefully on Friday night. I did say that last Friday that I'd be there last Friday, but I was really fucked. I mean, in a bad way. Hands and everything. So I didn't do it. But yeah. And so were you, Leeds, as well.
Yeah. But,
sitting there fucking laughing.
Right, but fuck me. I think that's funny.
All right, everybody. Thanks very much. Take care from Raconteurs News. We'll see you next time. Have a lovely, lovely time in lockdown or whatever it is we're in at the moment. It could be slight lockdown. It could be. What? I'm just waiting for the bit where we're like handcuffed to his beds. You know,
I just want to go to the pub.
Yeah, well, I think you should stay away from fucking pub.
Well, I know I should, but
take it easy, everybody. Love you.